Now today, they predicted rain, then they changed the forecast, only 50% rain, then 30%. We took a chance. Well, I always like it when I win. Sometimes I don't win, though. That's the problem. On the ride today, we ran into a couple of unique things, including a truck junkyard. Looks like today we got another really hot day. This is the whole week of the 90-degree days. Boy, and it's hot early in the morning. Even doing the work on the farm and everything, it's hot. I can't believe it. Anyway, we do want to get out on the open road. Maybe we won't even get to cool off today, but we want to get a ride in. I want to thank Joe Roselli again for the nice night we had. He came over with his camera and shot the pictures, the light painting pictures. This was one of the bikes he did, and really treasure those pictures. Joe, thank you again. I always want to make sure I've got the right amount of air in the tire for the conditions. It's going to be hot today. We may get that big thunderstorm coming through. I don't know. But I never want to go out with not checking the tires or not checking the bike over. That's for sure. And of course, all the work in the garden has to be done before we ever go out on a motorcycle. That's Karen's rule. Okay, guys, would you rather ride or eat? Ride or eat? Oh, just eat. Okay. So while I'm out riding, Karen got everything prepped up for zucchini fritters. What are we going to have these tonight?
Tonight and for Rob.
Oh, Rob's having them too. This is right. All the zucchini are from our garden. Time to ride, baby. You cook, I'll ride. It's a good marriage. It's a marriage made in heaven. And in the oven is an eggplant for baba ganoush. Is that how you say it? Baba ganoush?
Yep.
Baba ganoush. Ninja ganoush. Fresh from the garden, right, Karen? Every one of those flowers came from our garden.
They did.
Oh my God. Beautiful. Yeah, believe it or not, it's bright and sunny. The weather report is 50% chance of big rain coming by noon. I don't know if that's true or not. We're going for a ride anyway. Sometime we beat the rain, sometime we don't, but it's always fun. Now, while I was out on this ride, it went from sunny to not so sunny. Then the sun came out again. Then the sun went away again. I wasn't sure how this day was going to play out, but I was just hoping we'd get home before the real storm came. And it was hot enough that even if you got rained on for half of the ride, it wouldn't matter. It was in the 90s by the middle of the ride. But it is nice not to have to get home and spend a half hour, 45 minutes cleaning a bike. And these Michelin 5s, I can't say enough about how happy I am and how well they work on the MT-09. I know several other people have them on MT-09s and they love them. I don't know, but I really do want to try the 6s as soon as these wear out. I guess I'm just never satisfied. Just me, I guess. Now, up in the lake area, it was definitely cooler. I try to stay on as many shady roads as I can and stay up in the lake area where, I don't know, it's probably 4 or 5 degrees cooler. You can tell the difference, though. It's cooler. Now, of course, up in a Bear Mountain area, because you're up high, you're up quite a bit higher than where we are in Rutherford, it's always a little cooler. And this area here around Montville is the same way. All these lakes that we pass in the area, it's cooler at the lakes. Now, whenever I go out on this bike and I'm in the middle of a ride like right now, I just look at the bike, I stand back, shoot a few pictures, and I think to myself, what a great value I'm getting for those 500 hours I did when I restored this. Those hours seem to have melted away and I still have the bike. Now, because this is an uneven firing twin, it has a wonderful sound when you back off the gas that I never get sick of, almost like a crossplane. Not quite, but in that league where it just has that beautiful sound. I don't know how to describe it. Doesn't really come across on the video, but you hear it when you're riding the bike. Now, this is the Michelin 5 that was originally on the MT-09, and it's over 6,000 miles now, and to me it's wearing in beautifully, and on this bike it just has a great feel, and I can't wait to get the front one on. The front one will be the next change I make to the bike. Now, the front Michelin 2 has probably got another 1,000 miles left on it, but I already have the other MT-09 Michelin 5 to put on there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's going to all play out. And I'm always excited about switching tires and testing them. And this bike has had several different brands of tire over the years, the Michelin 2s, the Michelin 3s, but the Michelin 5 on the back and with Michelin 2 on the front, that combination is just perfect. And I think it's going to be even better when I get the Michelin 5 on the front. I guess we're going to see real soon. Now, along the ride today, this was pretty interesting. I passed a truck junkyard. I had to stop and go back and take some pictures. You never see this anymore in our area because I guess junkyards are outlawed, but I'm thinking, wow, when I was a kid, there were junkyards everywhere. There were probably 2 and 3 that right very local. And never trucks like this that you could just right from the street see what was going on. Now, maybe it's not a junkyard. Maybe they're just selling parts. It's like Partzilla for trucks or something. But there was a lot of stuff in there, and I never noticed until I thought about it today. That's one of the things that's disappeared different from my childhood Where did all the junkyards go? Where did they go? And I couldn't help but remember several times that I've been out on a day like today where it was bright and sunny, and in a matter of 15 minutes it got dark, cloudy, and all of a sudden it was time to head back. And then that awful thing of having to clean the bike and blow dry it with compressed air. Ah, now, one thing good about this bike, virtually all the maintenance you have to do on it is super easy, and it doesn't need that much maintenance, that's for sure. And it's already in 32,000 or whatever, a little over 30. It's had one chain, and not a whole lot of parts have been replaced. Now, several of my friends, including Luciano, have test ridden this bike, and we've switched bikes along the rides. And every time somebody rides it, the first thing when you stop to say, well, how did it fit you? How did it suit you? Everybody too says, wow, I didn't know these bikes handled that good. They're always amazed how good they handle. And a thing I like myself, it's a personal thing, I like a bike that feels light, nimble, quick turning. Everything about this bike, like the MT-09, it's light on its feet, it's twitchy, it gets in and out of things, you can avoid potholes. I always like that characteristic in one of the bikes. Now, one of the best investments I made in this bike, when I did the restoration, I polished up the exhaust pipes and the exhaust system, and it has held up so well. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's buried in the fairing. The MT-09 doesn't stay as good as these pipes. And I always think back in '09 when Rob wanted to get a 250 and I talked him into buying this bike. What a good decision that turned out to be, both for Rob and myself. All the years he rode it, that we jointly owned it, and now that he's, I guess, the daddy of the year, maybe he's going to come back to riding. I don't know. Now, little by little, I saw this day was starting to get a little cloudier, and then the clouds were getting a little darker, and the wind started blowing a little bit, and that usually means some some bad stuff is on the way, and I got to do that ride and get back home soon. Well, it's time for that boring ride back home on Route 80, and that is the only downside of riding up in this area. It is a boring ride on Route 80, and there is radar every 10 miles, but it's so worth it to get up out of the traffic in my area, and to ride where there's fewer driveways and more shade and less traffic, and of course the big thing, less law enforcement. Hey baby, it looks like we beat the rain. Getting cloudy out west though. Yeah, it's coming, baby. I'm ready for lunch. Now, all during this ride, it was getting cloudier and cloudier, but so far we beat the rain, so I think we just quit while we're ahead. Because we missed the rain, or we beat it so far anyway, well, we're home. So far, it's forever. I can get the bike in the garage in 1 minute. It saves me a lot of cleanup on the bike, as always. Something I enjoy, and I can spend more time out on my porch eating cookies and vegetables. So I put the bike in the garage real quick, thinking maybe it'll just sneak up on me. Get inside and see what Karen's been doing while I've been gone. She's been cooking and baking and making fritters and zitters and who knows what. Baba Ganoush. Anyway, but once the bike's in the garage and the door is locked, I'm good to go. So I'm finally back from my sweaty ride, and this is what I come home to. What is this? Baba Ganoush?
Baba ganoush, which is an eggplant spread. And this is zucchini potato fritters.
Zucchini potato fritters. There you have it. Stay healthy, eat vegetables, ride motorcycles. What a combo. So I'm not home a half an hour, and look at this. Wow. We are. They said 20% chance of rain today. I guess they were right. Wow, that's some serious rain. And I would have had an hour of cleaning the bike after this. And it's sunny out. It's really a sunny day. Wow, we got home just in time. Holy mackerel. Woo! So the day played out really well. I'm shocked that, well, sometime it is your lucky day. Not always, of course. But it is nice not to have to clean a bike, that's for sure. Or hair dryer off all the clothes. Oh my God. But anyway, we always like to come home to some new Karen's cooking, and to the garden and the farm, and my grandson's coming over later tonight. I think we're going to have a cookout on the grill. It should be another fun day. So hope you've enjoyed sharing this little slice of our life with us. And guys, thanks so much for watching.